Can you imagine running a marathon? Now, can you imagine running 200 of them in 200 days? That's exactly what Steve James, a 65-year-old retired banker, is doing right now. He's on an epic journey to run the entire coastline of Great Britain. What makes someone take on such an extreme challenge? And what does it do to the human body, especially at 65? Let's dive into his incredible story. When Steve first started this monumental quest, it was anything but a walk in the park. The first 2 weeks were brutal. He told reporters he was thinking, "What have I done?" Despite running for 50 years, he developed horrendous blisters. As if that wasn't enough, he had a sudden flare-up of gout that was so bad he had to visit the hospital S.A.&E department. Talk about a rough start. But a little bit of medicine took care of the gout, and Steve, being the tough guy he is, pushed through the pain. Now, he's hit the halfway mark, 100 marathons in 100 days, and he says he feels fine. This isn't just a personal challenge, it's also a scientific one. Researchers from the University of Exeter are closely tracking Steve's progress. They want to understand the effects of such an extreme feat of endurance on an older person's body. Before he set off from Topsham, Devon, in April, they did a full assessment. Every single day, Steve sends them his data things like calorie intake, oxygen levels, and muscle measurements. So far, he's lost about 10 kilograms, but the science team hasn't seen any negative impacts on his health. It's a real-life experiment pushing the known limits of human endurance. One of the researchers mentioned they were especially curious to see if the weight he has lost is from fat or muscle mass. So what does a day in the life of a 200-day marathon runner look like? It's not about speed. Steve isn't trying to break any records for his marathon times. He describes his pace as a mix of walking, jogging, and running. He even takes breaks during the day for a coffee and a slice of cake. His route isn't set in stone either. And Wales have clear paths. Other areas, especially in Scotland, he's had to carve out his own routes, sometimes hopping on and off islands like the Isle of Mull, which wasn't even in his original plan. He says it's all about routine, likening it to going to work. Get up at the same time, leave at the same time. He admits he is not a natural athlete you would want him on your football team, but his superpower is that he can just keep going. And what about his diet? You might expect a super strict regimen fit for an elite athlete. Not for Steve. On the day he spoke to a journalist, his menu consisted of cereal, a bacon baguette, and cake for dinner. He was planning on fish and chips, washed down with a couple of pints of beer. It's a refreshingly normal approach that seems to be working for him. His body is clearly burning an incredible number of calories, allowing him to enjoy these treats while still performing at an unbelievable level. This whole adventure isn't just for himself. Steve is also raising money for two fantastic causes: Cancer Research UK and the Scouts. It's a journey with a purpose that goes beyond the physical challenge. To keep his mind occupied during the long hours on the road, he listens to music, but he's also doing something remarkable. He's learning Welsh. His goal is to be able to confidently order a pint in Welsh by the time his route takes him through Wales. Looking ahead, he thinks the toughest part physically will be the hilly north coasts of Devon and Cornwall, but he's optimistic, hoping that by then his body will be so acclimatized to the daily grind that he'll be able to handle whatever the terrain throws at him. Steve's story is a powerful reminder that age is just a number and that the human spirit is capable of extraordinary things. It shows that with determination, a solid routine, and a good attitude, you can push your limits far beyond what you thought was possible. He's not just running marathons. He's inspiring countless people and contributing to our understanding of the human body. What do you think of Steve's incredible journey? And if you were inspired by this story, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more amazing stories about incredible people.